Page 38, Ocean, Ocean. On page 37, they're talking about the upbeat, or what they call an upbeat. It has other names, a pickup beat, pickup note, anacrusis, however complicated you want to get, I don't know. It has to do with incomplete measures and natural accents. Kind of put them together. Take a look on page 37 in the home on the range example. It's a 3/4 time, which would mean that every measure should have 3 counts. Well, the first measure has 1 count, so that's no good. So what they do is usually they take the last measure of the piece and they cut it in half, split it, and they take the end of that measure and they put it at the top. So that would mean beats 1 and 2 are probably at the end. And this is beat 3. So you're coming in on beat 3, because we don't always want to come in on the first beat of a measure. So we want to do other beats. 3, 1. And because the first beat of a measure is the strongest natural accent there is in 3/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then the upbeat goes 3, 1, or the feeling of to hear. And it's important because otherwise when people are listening to you, they think the first note you play is beat 1. That's what I've heard people play and it says, this doesn't sound right, something's off. It's because they're not doing the natural accents. I can't tell where the measures are. So always make sure it's to hear, or that feeling of that. And it doesn't just have to be 1 beat. Look at the bottom. When saints, there's 3 beats in that first measure, but there's 4/4 times. So again, that's a pickup measure, not a pickup beat, a pickup measure where you're coming in on beat 2, which means the end of the piece has probably got 1 beat in it. But it's 2, 3, 4, 1. But again, it's that feeling of 2, 3, 4, 1. Go up to here. And that's important. Now let's see what the ocean is up to. I look it over. It's about a page and a half long, more or less. More than less. I don't know. Treble bass clef, 4/4 time signature, and you see 1 beat in the first measure. So we're coming in on beat 4. You're always coming in at the end of the measure, wherever it is. Which means the other 3 beats should be at the end, probably. And if I look around, I see no measure with 3 counts in it. In my opinion, that's an error. That is incorrect. That last measure at the bottom of page 39 should have 3 counts in it. Just my opinion. If they want it to last longer than 3 counts, they could put a fermata over it or something like that. But it doesn't affect how we play it. We're still coming in on beat 4. I see quarter notes, half notes, dotted half notes, and whole notes. The hands are playing together. Oh, we got pedal too. Oh, that'll be fun. I'm going to take it 1 hand at a time. Right hand, you're starting with thumb on G, and you should know the names of these notes in the music by now. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, red. During the rest, you come up 1. Come up 1. And you want to get to where you can come up or down 1 key on the keyboard without even looking at the keyboard. You can feel that. Now, at the bottom of the page, on page 39, you get the chord. A G, a B, and a D. Whole note. And then on measure 12 again, but this is just 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, rest. And you're going to do that some more. Measure 24 at the bottom is here. And then a 1. See, it's the same notes in the chord, but now it's just 1 note at a time in some pattern. And then, okay. Left hand, we're starting here. And it's 4, 1, and they do that. Okay. Measure 7 is... Now you need to move. You just come down here. Now there's no help here going from measure 8 to measure 9. You just have to move. You just lift up and move. You know where you are, and you know where you need to go, and which fingers. You might need to practice that. Because you need to go right. It's not a quick jerky motion or nothing. You just lift up and move. Stay relaxed, and then come back up to the chord. Because we've been in this position all along. So we're just going back and forth. Okay. At the bottom of page 39, you start with a chord and then the quarter note. And then the last 2 measures, they say 5. I disagree. I say 1. That's because in the last measure, you have the G again, but there's an 8V8 under it. That means you go down. And if you play it with a thumb, all you got to do is reach here. You're in position. If you play with a 5, you got to move again. I don't want to move again. There's no rest or anything. So I'm preparing for that. I'm going to play 1 here and then reach down and do 5. They say 3, I disagree. 5, it doesn't matter which finger you play. The idea is it's loud and accented, which makes it very loud, and the third finger is a stronger finger than the little finger, but I'm using weight. I just use a lot of weight to push down, just let the wrist collapse a little bit, a lot of weight down quickly. So when I put the hands together, here it's just 1. I don't worry so much about the pickup beat right now. I'm just working on notes and rhythm for 1, 2. So let's go down to the bottom, page 39. We're here, both hands, and then here, using the same fingers. Then the left hand comes down, and then both hands. Here, and you crash. Boom. Boom, crash, or something, I don't know. Now, once I have the notes and the fingering and the rhythm worked out okay, then I'll go back over any hard parts and get rid of the hesitations. Go as slow as you need to go, but no hesitations. And after the hesitations are gone, then I add the articulation. And we have slurring and phrasing. I think these are phrases here at the beginning. Lift up, like taking a breath. So a little bit of silence between each of these. Bottom of the page, measure 9. Accents, you play them a little louder. Let the wrist collapse a little bit. Don't stiffen up and pound. You're just heavy. At the bottom of page 39, we get an accent. Now staccato, so flexing of the wrist, short staccato. Yeah, and then okay. Then the dynamics. MP at the beginning is mezzo piano or sort of soft. It's all melody here. Whatever you think sort of soft is. And then a measure 5 above the staff, they put in growing louder. See, normally they'd put that growing louder stuff probably between the staves, but there isn't room because there's words there, and they can put it anywhere they want. So this is fine. You're just gradually getting louder until measure 9 when you're loud. So we have to go from moderately loud on measure 5 because it says MF, gradually louder to loud like 4 measures later. Moderately loud, loud. 4 measures to get there? No. In my mind, I would stay moderately loud. Actually, I think I would play measure 5 staying at moderately soft. And now come up a little bit. Now moderately loud. Now you're loud. So it's like I did measure 7 and 8 at moderately loud and then loud. You gotta let the music tell you how to get louder and softer. You have to feel it. You experiment a little bit. And by starting at moderately soft on measure 5, I got more room to go. If I go up to moderately loud already, I'm almost there already. And I got some measures to go first. It's like there's hardly any getting louder at all. So you prepare for these things. These instructions in the music are on dynamics and they're approximate. They're not exact, gotta be here. It's approximate. Let the music tell you where it needs to go. And then at the bottom, you're loud with the accents, make them very loud. Here. And then measure 12 at the end. Now you're very soft, or sort of soft. And then at measure 17 or so, you'll start getting louder again, like we did before. I would be moderately soft to measure 17. Now, a little louder. Now you're loud. At the bottom, you're very loud with the chord. Well, it's loud with an accent, makes it very loud. That's sort of soft. Now we're back up to very loud. Now, once I do the dynamics, then I think about the speed. Moderately is just... just somewhere in the middle. And then the pedal. Well, they've added pedal in a few places on these chords, and that's going to help connect the notes when we're moving around. It'll help us a little bit. But we have to be careful about the pedal because I don't agree with their marking at all. So we'll talk about it. On measure 8, I'm going to push the note down first and then the pedal. And it looks like they're leaving it down all the way through measure 12. I don't know about that. We have to listen to it. Does it sound okay that way? Because if it isn't, we need to change it. So on measure 8, the notes first and then the pedal. And then keep it down. However, on measure 12, I'm going to lift the pedal up with the hands from the chord. I want a little silence. It's a new phrase. I want to, like taking a breath. So I'm going to lift the pedal up when I lift up for the dotted half note. Here, lift up. Yeah. So that got you holding the pedal down all the way to the end. That's got to be an error. There's no way they want that way. You need the phrasing. And then the same thing at the bottom. However, on measures 25 and 26, you lose the staccato. So starting at measure 24, and to leave the pedal down. But you're still going to do the technique for staccato, even though you can't hear it. You do the technique anyway. You feel the staccato. Here. Bum, 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 bum. Even though I can't hear it, you still do it. And then once I get all that out of the way, I think about the interpretation. And this is where the natural accents come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is at the beginning. To hear. To hear. That's what we want to feel. 1, 2, 3, 4 throughout. Just one way it might go. You go a little faster or slower depending on how you feel it. I think I would like to do a little more with the dynamics, experiment with those a little bit. Now, I don't always tell you everything about moving the hands and so forth. I'm kind of hoping you'll figure it out as you go. You'll realize, oh, I got to do something. But keep in mind, like going in measures 9 and 10. You're here. Well, the right hand has been here. For measure 8, you've been here. So during measure 9, when you're doing this, you got to prepare for measure 10. You're out of position. You got to be down here. So somewhere when you're doing this, you got to get the right hand down, ready to go. So you'll learn over time to be looking ahead and see what's coming, because this kind of thing is what you're looking for. Is my hand in position, or do I got to move it or something? You're preparing for that. So as you're playing this, you're looking at the whole notes and say, where am I and where do I need to go? And while you're doing that, you're getting in position. Sort of thing. The same thing happens in measures, 21 or 22 or so. You got to move the right hand down while you're playing the left. And if I don't mention that, sorry, but again, you'll read the notes and you'll figure it out. Oh, I got to move, and I got to move ahead of time. So you'll figure out, well, one hand is playing. I'll move while that hand is playing. You'll get it. Let's try it together slowly and make sure you have all the right notes and rhythms. And I'm not going to do the louds and softs. And I'm not going to do the pedal because you can hear it better without the pedal. Give us 3 counts because we come in on beat 4. 1, ready, go. 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3,